But first tonight, in the face of widespread distrust of online content, a San Antonio-based firm has a new tool to help stop fake content on apps and websites. Eyewitness News reporter Sharon Coe explains how this unique software really works.
A shark swims along a Houston freeway after Harvey, or world leaders tensely wait on the Russian president at an international meeting. These fake photos went viral on social media, and it's content like this FileStack is helping to block with its software.
When businesses get this deluge of content into their stack, if they don't harness it right, then all their customers see it. They're not delighted. They probably abandon that platform. That content has to be processed.
FileStack CEO Samir Kamet says the program is designed to help companies review pictures, video, or documents.
Any business that wants to make sure that the content that it ingests is appropriately personalized for their end users. For example, there was a dating site that said profile pictures that had the guns in it will be banned.
It filters out content that's explicit or manipulated and checks for copyright infringement.
Authenticity, no matter what era it has been, has always been important. It's just that when you see the contrast in today's world, it's more important to be authentic than ever.
Sharon Coe, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.